Social psychologist and best-selling author Jonathan Haidt recently released a new book called The Anxious Generation. And it's about these seniors. Not them specifically, but them in aggregate with all their cohort throughout North America. And the book addresses steep increases in levels of anxiety and emotional distress experienced by teens today as play-based childhoods have given way to smartphones, screen time habits, addictions really, that have led to a rise in mental health issues, particularly since 2012, the year Instagram was introduced, by the way, and that's not a mere coincidence. A high school graduate today can navigate conversations with swipes, express themselves entirely with their thumbs, and fall in love without ever really meeting their heartthrob. It's a phenomenon that holds as much promise, communicating at the speed of electrons, as it does peril, where fantasy, lies, and deception, and evil can seem just as credible and truthful and beautiful and good as perfection does. It's one reason the school has tortured these scholars over the years with policies of no cell phones in the school, no screens in the school except for the ones we provide, dress codes, behavioral expectations, moral philosophy and virtue, and first principles wedged into every math and science and literature and history and art lesson. Haidt's book, The Anxious Generation, suggests we're on the right track here. In fact, we really ought to do more to keep our students firmly anchored in reality. Our classical orientation to timeless virtue is as it should be. We must engage the culture and the cultural battle that is tearing down, as Haidt suggests, a generation, much less the republic. Now, last Saturday, I attended a high school graduation ceremony at another classically oriented high school nearby, and the keynote speaker was a notable classicist, a professor from Benedictine College named Dr. Edward Mulholland, and he spoke of similar perils throughout the world. He quoted Pope John Paul II, the Baltimore Catechism, St. John the Evangelist, and Roger Walters. Who? Who's Walters? Some are asking. That's Roger Walters of the 70s band Pink Floyd, who wrote the hit song Wish You Were Here. Now, this is just kind of a fun aside. It cracks me up when I'm having conversations with high schoolers, academic ones, political ones, and they say, you know, Mr. Schafffer, way back in 2011, here's how things used to be. The good old days, you guys. Youngsters, your music is pond water compared to the 1970s, back when Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. All right, the song's about whether you really know truth from deceit. So you think you can tell heaven from hell? Question. Blue skies from pain. Then the lyrical line Dr. Mulholland focused on. Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? You can go to Benedictine College's website and find Mulholland's whole beautiful keynote message there. I'm not going to try to duplicate it here, but I'll clarify the point because it speaks to the same dichotomy we routinely face in life. Choices that confront us with the hard way or the easy way. Or as John Milton wrote in one of my favorite poems, Samson Agonistes, which you can find in his Paradise Regained. But what more oft in nations grown corrupt, and by their vices brought to servitude, is to love bondage more than liberty. Bondage with ease than strenuous liberty. Bondage with ease than strenuous liberty. Let that sink in. And you know, it wouldn't be wrong to capitalize the L in liberty for tonight's purpose. Bondage with ease than strenuous liberty. Your motto, Una Surgamus, Together We Rise, is a beautiful one. It's aspirational. It assumes we move from here to some better place. We rise. Together, our ambition is upward, better, noble. It entails understanding, and being inclined, one might say, toward that which is true, beautiful, good, and perfect. This is the vision of wisdom. And my high school's motto was similar. It's from ancient Judaic text in the Canticle of Deborah, in Latin, Nova Bella Elegit Dominus, Gods choose new wars. It reminds us of the reality that success in life not only prepares us for the next big thing, our success, oriented in a noble direction, rising up, in your case, absolutely guarantees you will have new big challenges or new wars, meaning that one followed by a new war, followed by a new war, and a new war after that, all your life. Now let's tie these things together in a big bow because the point's rather exciting. It's a point about life worth living, the well-examined life. We win these wars with knowledge and virtue. Strong knowledge, strong virtue, confidence in them and in yourself and in your friends. Oh, you will absolutely confront wars. Conflicts of life versus death, blessing versus cursing, goodness versus sinfulness, truth versus deceit, beauty versus foulness, perfection versus chaos. These are the wars the poets write and sing of. The poets who have most eloquently captured the nature of humans so artfully, with such perspicacity, in fact, that we give these dead poets votes on our in our school's board meetings and in our faculty meetings. They guide us in selecting the books your instructors ask you to read, the plays we have you act out, the songs you learn, and the poems you memorize, the artists we ask you to emulate, the ones who attach to you, your own nature, to your own nature, the best ideas. And we pray that you're empowered to prevail over wizardry that bombards you now, hourly, at the tapping of someone else's thumbs, their crafting of clever clickbait, their misleading narrative of what a moral, decent, good human being should be. This is the roots of debilitating anxiety. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Aha, that was the provocative Pink Floyd question recorded on vinyl in the 1970s when I was in high school, right about your age, or in the 1670s when Milton posed it in his words and applied it to a nation or to all society, or in the case of the Canticle of Deborah, Nova Bella Elegit Dominus, written around 1100 BC when Mr. Vedder was in high school. Is he even here to defend himself? There he is. Deborah's classmate. There you go. Your academic, intellectual, and moral pathway was guided for this day. Your parents educated you heroically with the help of our school. Some under extremely difficult situations and unlikely circumstances. But this holy ceremony, with all of its symbolism, really is the framing of an enormous achievement. The training wheels are off. The guardrails are wide open. Look, you're doing it. But remember this, real liberty comes with constraints, ones which you now apply yourself and regulate on your own. Haight's book concludes, young people today struggle with this kind of self-control or temperance. It causes anxiety. Not you. Your best friends will help you. Your friendships are reliable because together you will rise. And this is a motto they chose, by the way. They proposed it to the school's administration. Unis ergamus, together we rise. And what group of high school students pick a motto like that and rally around it throughout the course of the year and add definition to it? It's kind of remarkable. Together you will rise. Because you're engaged in the same renewing of your minds to know the true, good, and perfect purpose for which the God of nature and nature's God created you. Never choose bondage with ease over strenuous liberty. Suffer no anxiety in true pursuit of the good, the true, the beautiful, the perfect. Peace will always follow you there. Others around you will choose bondage, not you. In fact, you are meant to lead others into war for strenuous liberty, and into the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and you will live well. On behalf of the faculty, administration, and support staff, I want you to know we've all enjoyed working with you as your primary and secondary educators. You've been energizing and exciting, spirited, thrilling, inspiring, beautiful. We love you all. Now, final word to parents and grandparents and supporters and visitors. Something miraculous is about to happen. More than any other graduating class that I can recall, faculty back me up on this. More than any other graduating class that I can recall, this class has been most afflicted with a seasonal virus called senioritis. As if one pandemic in their high school lifetime was not enough. Now, we're just minutes away from witnessing a great spiritual healing of sorts, and we're in a church after all. These things happen here, I'm told. So, the shackles of anxiety, cynicism, sarcasm, and the complicating diagnoses of spring fever are about to break open, and we'll return you all to a state of normalcy. So seniors, are you about ready for that? There we go. Okay, now then, let's get on with the official act of commencement, the central purpose of this holy ritual, our final time together as instructors, administrators, headmaster, and students. Mr. President Arndorfer and members of the Liberty Common School Board of Directors, faculty, parents, grandparents, alumni, honored guests, and graduates. Liberty Common School's 12th class of seniors has exceeded the high academic standards and expectations of the Liberty Common Board of Directors and the faculty, and has lived up to its class motto, Una Surgemus. The character of each member has been well examined by the faculty and the administration, and I warrant for you now that these candidates are indeed in firm possession of the school's foundation stones: responsibility, integrity, respect, perseverance, cooperation, self-control, and citizenship. As young scholars, their character is defined by the school's capstone virtues of gratitude and patriotism, and the cardinal virtues of prudence, temperance, justice, and fortitude. Mr. President, these candidates fully understand and are inclined toward beauty, truth, goodness, and perfection. They carry with them from Liberty its keystone virtue of wisdom. They have paved the way of a relatively young high school and branded it with a stamp of achievement like no other. They have set the school's annual composite SAT score at 1267, ranking second in the entire state of Colorado. That's out of 644 high school entities. This class has pulled down nearly $6.5 million in scholarship awards. That's another astonishing figure. Their accomplishments, based on multiple independent assessments, have propelled the class of 2024 to attain some of the highest academic achievement scores of all Colorado high schools in all the state's history, and has propelled the school into an elite tier of all American high school institutions. And they carry with them our profound admiration and our hearts. The character, virtue, leadership, and grace shown by these men and women in this particular class inspires awe. Their mark upon our school and our community, our state, our country, and our world is absolutely beautiful, a sentiment I express on behalf of the entire faculty. So, Mr. President, as the proud headmaster of Liberty Common School, I hereby represent to you, to the board of directors, and to all present, that these assembled candidates, through their hard work and demonstrated scholarship, have not only earned, but have added sterling credit to the Liberty Common High School diplomas, which they are about to receive. Their long journey along a steep path through their Liberty Common School education, as prescribed by the Liberty Charter, its founding mission statement, and policies, is now complete. It is my honor and privilege, Mr. President, to formally endorse and commend the candidates for graduation and to have them now declared by name for presentation. Dr. Robert Robinson, principal of Liberty Common High School, please come forward and call the roll for the class of 2024 for presentation and graduation. Congratulations.